This episode of The Young Turks is brought to you by Netflix.
On the issue of the budgets, I can't praise the progressive budget enough. There's a progressive caucus in the House, and they put together a budget. You know what it does? It balances the budget and even gives us a surplus. And it has over $1 trillion in investment in the country. Infrastructure, jobs, etc. And job training, job assistance, because it's actually about getting Americans back to work. So how in the world did they balance the budget, get us a surplus, which the Republicans aren't even close to doing, right? The Ryan plan doesn't come anywhere near a surplus, right? They say 40 years later it might balance the budget. And how in the world did the Democrats balance its surplus and get over $1 trillion in investment in the country for jobs? Well, they did something very logical. First of all, they cut defense spending because defense spending is out of control. It's gone up 81% in the last 10 years. We do 43% of the military spending of the entire world. We have 6 times more spending than our closest competitor, China. So can we cut defense spending a little? Of course we can. And then the second thing that they did was they raised taxes. They said, now, I know, in Washington that makes people's heads explode. But look at how simple it is. First, go back to the Clinton tax rates for everybody. Remember, under Clinton, we created 22 million jobs. We had a roaring economy. So obviously that tax rate works. There's no one who can say, oh, at that tax rate, you're hurting the economy. That would be a preposterous argument. So they bring it back to the Clinton rates. On top of that, for only millionaires, they raise it, depending on how much you're making, anywhere from about 10 to 15% more. Meaning, if you're instead of being charged 35%, you get charged 45% for any dollar above $1 million. And I think it goes all the way up to 49% for every dollar above $1 billion. Okay? So now that's everybody paying their fair share. Second of all, they bring capital gains and dividend tax back to being charged as ordinary income, meaning the guys who make money off their investments don't get to do that at 15%. That doesn't make any sense. That's ordinary income, like all of our income is ordinary income. They should be charged at the same rate as we are. Why are the richest people in the country getting charged 15%? It makes no sense. Second of all, they're bringing back the estate tax to the levels that it was when it was at a sane level. Instead of now the rich kids and grandkids like Paris Hilton get to keep all the money without doing anything, without contributing anything to society, okay? And finally, they're killing the tax loopholes that allows all these companies to keep all the money offshore. They say, look, if you earn the money, you pay the taxes. There's no loophole about when you bring the money back into the United States, that's when you have to pay it. That gives them an incentive to not bring it back into the United States, to not create jobs in the United States. That makes no sense. They get rid of that. And voila, budget solved. Shared sacrifice, there are cuts in the plan, okay? There's shared sacrifice for everybody, and we balance the budget and invest in the country. It's brilliant. And that is why it is being completely ignored by Washington. They said, well, of course we can't do that. That's sensible. Why can't we do that? Why aren't we at least having a discussion about that? Why isn't the president, who ran as a progressive, who beat Hillary Clinton because he was more progressive than her, that she voted for the Iraq War, she was too conservative. He beat John McCain because he was like George Bush and he was too conservative. Why isn't the president who ran as a progressive isn't even considering the progressive budget? Instead, he's spending all of his time responding to the draconian, ridiculous, radical right-wing Paul Ryan budget, and to his own deficit commission, which in my opinion brought together an incredibly right-wing budget. It's not quite as insane as Paul Ryan's budget, but it's pretty close. Why is he only considering that option and not the progressive option? It's a very good question. Unfortunately, we don't have a good answer for it.
Get a load of Netflix. They deliver the movie to your house, no late charges, free shipping.
You can watch thousands of movies or TV shows straight on your PC or on your television through a gaming console.
Netflix.com/TYT. Free trial membership. You get Netflix all over you.